basically that's just 2 shows, but they're group shows. So, but other than that, I'm not really someone who's really exhibited anything really. So that's what it was interesting for. I've always resisted the idea of doing something at Brew. So it's nice to do it with some other people. I suppose as a solo, just because I didn't see myself as someone who exhibited really. So, but then, nor do I see myself as someone who's solely about photography or anything like that. But it's just, I think I said yes to your invitation because of who was involved and sort of it felt like the right thing to to be included with the other people and the work that they were going to bring. I was interested to see what I could get from being involved with that. I always get nervous at that word of curation and things like that, which I'm sure I've mentioned this to you a few times. And what's the difference between the person who owns the show and the person who organises the show, the person who invites the people to be part of the show, the person who makes the work that goes in the show. And really, they're all sort of. I'm not really interested in those things being separated out. I just feel like it's all part of the same thing. I think we can get a little bit too sort of this is what I do sort of thing, and we don't have to give ourselves too many labels with that stuff. Maybe get the credit for the work that you do, or the value is put on the stuff that you've contributed. But I think I get sort of nervous when people get involved for the reasons of credit and for the reasons of kudos and things like that. So particularly being part of doing something is having the opportunity to experience that stuff, and there is a kind of a barrier to a lot of places putting your work on the wall. So I spend a lot of time in Brew. It's almost like I know they're doing it to make sell coffee and things like that, but I treat it as a resource really.
Yeah, for sure.
But that is kind of that kind of exhibition is more of a display of things, of items, and not all of them are made by me. Some of them are selected by me. Some of them are kind of authored by me, I suppose, like written by me. But that's like another kind of, that's totally different to what we've done in this exhibition. Again, I suppose it's just sort of phrases, isn't it, and words and things like that. Display, exhibition, gallery, cafe, walls, all that kind of stuff. Curator, technician, producer, organizer, all those kind of things. But I'm still. I don't want to take for granted the idea that you can put your work on display. I think that's serious, and I think that's where I kind of wanted to bring that out a little bit in what we did. That you even though you are putting your work on the wall of a cafe, you need to sort of think about what the state of that wall is, make it as good as it can be, put some thought into the way that it's laid out and the way that it's fitted to the wall. I don't think anything's fallen down. Even though it's been up longer than the allotted 2 weeks, we've had. I mean, it's really exciting that it was extended for me, and that kind of that follows on from the level of care and attention that we put into putting it together, leads to maybe that kind of thing happening.
No, I think that actually.
You don't notice it unless it's done really badly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's part of something that I've had lying around for quite a while, and I treated the opportunity, the invitation to be involved in this as a way to kind of go back to things that didn't quite see the light of day. It's kind of like 4 or 5 years old maybe now, those things that are on the wall. I mean, you kind of were around for most of the install. Obviously, that was the last thing that I kind of made my way around to, and maybe I could have given myself a little bit more attention, but I quite liked sort of giving everyone else more of that maybe, and maybe mine was a little bit sort of a bit rushed maybe, but I do sometimes feel that like you can think about these things a lot, and you still probably end up with something that's not that far from the first decision or the first thing that you thought about. So I'm quite happy to just kind of say that that's where that's what that work is now at this point in time. I'm sort of thinking that with the closing gathering, I might bring all of it, the kind of the full box of stuff. Maybe
cool.
give a bit more of this idea about working as an archive, what that actually means for me. There's some you can make selections from that archive, but essentially that collection of work is a box of stuff that could be totally different if we did it. If we put that work on the wall tomorrow, it could be totally different.
Possibly things could come from it, or that.
I think so. I think things have already come from it. So I'm not particularly in a place where I want to drive that along, but I don't feel like this is. It's a group of people who are in a group chat who are kind of have had an exhibition together. Obviously there is more conversations to be had and more communications will happen in that group, I'm sure, beyond the end of the exhibition, the closing of the exhibition. But I don't see myself as collaborating with or part of this kind of 10-person group any more than I'm part of groups across the city or people who work in similar fields. So I will always collaborate, and I think that's kind of like where we overlap a little bit in the work that we do. Although the products or the outcomes might be sort of wildly different, we have an approach to our practice that is invitational, collaborative, and kind of is about working with each other, and it doesn't necessarily matter what that comes to. It just feels better, doesn't it, to kind of